Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another Raid Share Legends video. This time, we're gonna do a showcase of two of the best champions for the Doom Tower. Unfortunately, one of them is not available to everybody out there. He was a login champion for quite a while and is, of course, Ninja. All right, Ninja, this specific champion, guys, is just insane on the amount of damage that he does. This showcase will just be for the Doom Tower. This set that I have on him is basically to maximize the potential damage that he can do and the runs, make them very quickly, just finish the runs very quickly. The amount of accuracy that he has should be a little bit higher, about the 330 if you can, but I have it at the moment at 235 because sometimes I run him with Drexar, which Drexar gives an additional accuracy boost. But if not, then I would have run him with over 300 accuracy. Speed over 200 is very good. And then Relentless set is very important, so he can get an extra turn, hopefully, and get as many of this skill as possible, guys. The Hail Burn, you guys know how much damage it does. It's a boss killer. It's insane amount of damage, and it works so good against any type of boss, even the clown boss. Although this will be like a showcase just for the Doom Tower. And I do have him with a War Master and the defensive masters. I could have gone support for extra accuracy and of course extra duration on his HP burn, but instead I went for defense for those extra counter attacks. We'll see a showcase of him. The refresh accessories are not needed, but they're so good on Ninja because getting a refresh on his A2 means basically, you know, double the damage out of one use of the cooldown, right? With better gear, I would have been able to reach at least 330 accuracy. Right, let's just go and see the showcase of Ninja and how he's a boss clear, especially for Dark Faye. You're gonna see that he's used in every single team of the top teams out there. Well, the reason is obvious, guys. Ninja just does so much single target damage with the cap from HP based nukers such as Royal Guard and Cold Heart. Ninja has become like the top boss killer, all right, and everybody that has him has to use him. Unfortunately, at the moment there's no way to get him if you weren't playing the game when the login thing happened. So if you're a brand new player, unfortunately you won't have Ninja, which kind of sucks. But hopefully in the future they'll add at least a way for you to get him. I think you cannot get him out of a shard even when you don't have him. So I'm pretty sure you can get him out of a shard, but who knows? Maybe this will change in the future. So let's have a look at Dark Faye and see what he does in there. This team is basically, the way that it works is you have Herndig there go first between all the champions that you have in the team, which means once you reach the boss stage, he'll go first, and regardless of what cooldowns he has used, he will either use his A1, A2, or A3, and those will kill most of the time the whole enemy team, which is my team. And then the rest of the team has a combination of turn meter reduction, speed down from Royal Guard, and just nuke coming out of Ninja. And you'll see Ninja's damage showcase right here once he starts doing his thing, right? Okay, we kill our own Ninja right there. You see the turn meter reduction, and Ninja's gonna go right now. He did his A1. He didn't have his A2 on cooldown. Let's see. Boom, extra turn now from Royal Guard. There it is. Look at all that damage coming out of that HP burn. And of course, when the boss takes a turn, that HP burn does even more damage. But it's just insane the amount of damage that you can get out of Ninja. Great showcase for the Dark Faye. This is by far the fastest team, I would say, that is not so heavy in terms of gear requirement, but it's heavy on the champion requirement. Herndig by himself just does an amazing job because he has a big combination of skills, but Ninja is just there. He is the boss killer for this one, and is definitely used in any of the teams for quick farming this boss. And you should be farming this boss whenever this rotation of the Doom Tower is up, because you get basically free savage sets, all right? And look at that, 1 minute 40. This run, of course, can go way faster if I get some lucky procs from Refresh and Relentless. And Ninja does way more damage than this. And basically, he doesn't even have an AoE most of the time. Like, once you reach the boss, he doesn't use his AoE. Everybody else uses theirs, and that's why their damage is higher. But in terms of single target, I would say Ninja does the most, and he really shows when he does his A2. My fastest run is 1 minute 23 actually, which is very, very fast for beating Dark Faye. And now we're gonna go over and see the next champion that is definitely a boss killer, and it's used in many bosses for the Doom Tower, but this specific one, he makes a run much quicker, I would say. But still, you need like a big combination of champions to make this specific team work. It's not just Geomancer by himself making it work. Geomancer does help, but all of the other epics also help in terms of just usefulness for healing. But there's multiple different variances of this setup, right? If you go to the best teams, you'll see that many teams out there use Geomancer, but it's not all of them having these champions that I have right now. Some of them use some legendaries, and the others use just one Vogoth instead of two. I find that it's way more consistent with this team. I only beat it once, and I don't really farm Dreadhorn compared to Dark Faye. All right, so we'll go have a quick look at the gear for Geomancer and explain why he's so good. You guys might know already why he's so good for the clan boss, because once the run goes for a little bit longer, the deflect that you get when an HP burn from Geomancer is on the boss is just insane in terms of damage potential, especially around turn 40 to turn 50 on an unkillable setup. With Geomancer, the amount of damage is just so good. He also has an A2 which steals buffs. A1 applies accuracy down. Insane combos out of this champion. Giant Slayer there for his masteries. I thought I had War Master. I thought I had War Master on his masteries. I can change that next. Wow, I didn't notice that I had Giant Slayer. Anyway, the damage is still great because of the passive on itself. And then we've got the artifacts here for him. You need the accuracy. You need good amount of speed. And for after stage 90 of the hard Doom Tower, you need over 251 speed, I would say. Some health is always good. I have about 44,000 on him. It's a little bit on the low side, to be honest. I would have tried to get this a little higher, but I also use him for Hydra. 400 resist and 360 accuracy. The resist is okay only when really he lands his decreased accuracy, because just by itself the resist does nothing, unfortunately, on this boss, but he still does a ton of damage. And you see this in action. I'll skip right to the boss just to see on what Geomancer does in combination with all the other champions, of course. But he is our damage dealer. This team takes a long time to get through the waves. It's very slow in terms of damage, but once you get through the waves, the boss becomes, you know, auto, and it's all about the combination of skills going in there, and no buffs on the team. That definitely is a requirement. No buffs, no buffing to your team. All right, guys, look at that. The time is 4 minutes into the fight. We've beaten the waves, and now all we have to do is beat the boss. We need the HP burns on the boss at all times through Geomancer, and then after that, it's basically surviving through the synergy between the healers. Okay, if you can replace one of them and not use all these healers and use somebody else to nuke down the wave, so this is way faster, then by all means do that. But if not, then you'll need to be running you know, a good amount of combination of healing. Okay, I think Godseeker is so good because she also has a revive, but without Geomancer you wouldn't have any damage, and he by himself just kills the boss with those strong HP burns. And he even got resisted now with 360 accuracy on 50, which kind of sucks, but it does happen. That's the RNG of the game. And boom, look at that big hit there. We got a revive there through Godseeker, and she becomes clutch. But you see the power of Geomancer's damage on bosses. You must have seen it before if you've used it on clan boss, of course, but on Doom Tower bosses it works the same way because of the just when you get hit, that passive works, and it works like crazy. And I still need another HP burn. Come on. Okay, there it is. There's the HP burn. 4 turns. That's good. It's good because the boss does like a double turn and he removes debuffs basically from him. So it's even better because it's such a long duration of a debuff when you've got the right masteries as well on Geomancer. And you're getting hit right now. The boss is already at about 40, I want to say 48% or something. We're running a bit low there on that on the other Vogoth. Ooh, that sucked. Can we revive at least one of them? I think we should be able to revive at least one, and that's gonna save the run. This went a little bit wrong on one of the Vogoths, but Wow, this is gonna take a little bit longer now that we have a dead Geomancer. We should be okay now for the remaining of the run. Like, we've got like 25% left. We'll start getting some revives going, and maybe if we get Geomancer instead, I could have intervened now, but this is on auto. And I'm just looking at the team suffering there. Oh, the bombs are gonna hurt for sure. Oh, there's the first bomb going on us. Big hit from the boss. There's a revive there on death. Revive on death. Oof. Yeah, those were some nasty hits. Alright, we got Geomancer up and running, and just his passive should be able to give us the win now. I think it should be enough right now. Look at that. Look at the boss. He's at 5%, and he's gonna go down just because of Geomancer. Such a strong combination of champions. I even did a fast run. I think it was when I changed it to higher resistance, but it doesn't really work. He doesn't use his A1 so much. Maybe I'll need to do like a custom AI and stop his A2. That way he does his A1 more often, or go for the counterattack passive. But this was a showcase, guys. These are my teams that I use for Bommal and Dark Faye. These are insanely good. You need to use Geomancer and Ninja. If you do have them, they work so well together. But obviously each boss has their own strategy. All right, it's not just one champion that brings you the win, but these champions make it so much easier to beat the bosses and also beat them fast. Comparing them, of course, to other teams which use like a full legendary team. All right, this was the video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.